Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another week of Irish Collegiate Esports. Or that's not it. I can't see the thing. Irish
Esports Collegiate
Series.
Series.
Oh, yeah, that one. So many acronyms.
IECS.
Yeah, I usually have
Yeah.
it brought up. I usually have the little template. But yes, welcome everybody to a special Halloween edition. We're here day before.
Very
So
spooky.
yeah, spooky things. A spooky game of bind coming up
I mean,
between
I know
two
you
teams.
hate Vine, so you know.
I do. Personally, I
It's
do.
spooky to you.
Yes, it really is. But yeah, we're going straight to bind for NCI versus QUB. Both these teams are 4-2 right now in the standings. We're getting to the point now where every game matters. I believe I seen a thing. I think I seen it. It was a minimum of like 6 wins. Kind of gets you towards that playoff bracket. Anything over 6, you're looking pretty safe right now. So these teams have 4 games, and they need to get every win they can. So a bit of a fight to kind of scrape into the playoffs here as we start getting our picks coming through. We're going to see a Viper coming out on the defensive side. This is something that's been popping up a lot more on Bide since the TP changes, being able to set up, throw the line through the TPs makes it so nice to be able to cover so many angles. On the opposite side, we're going to get a Sage. So I haven't seen a Sage on this map in a little while.
Yeah, no. And it's definitely really interesting right now, the fact that on the attacking side, you see you mentioned the Sage, but they don't have any other Sentinels. So when they do swap over to the defensive side, they're not going to have the power of like the Cypher they have right now. So it's going to be a bit more awkward once you do get to that defense, because you just can't get as much info. You can't just leave down your util on a site. You have to rely on your Sky, especially. It's going to be a lot of pressure on the dogs, on the birds, just to give them that little bit of info, because the rest of the agents, they just don't have that capability.
Yeah, NCI are going to be starting us off on this attacking side as well, building their comp around that. Have the Sky, Raze, and Jet just getting ready to go for some quick plays. And they're playing a very explosive comp. They have the Sage as well to wall off the backs of those sites and cover for that spike plant. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to see a stack towards B to start this one off. Quickly, they actually are pushing up in showers as well, getting loads of information here. That's that Viper wall I'm talking about. You just throw through the shower, through the TP, and it completely covers off showers. It's really nice for getting your team ult orbs early. Oh, Sleepy Cat pushes up, and that's the spike as well. They have so much information. They've spotted loads. Oh, another dink from Sleepy Cat, looking great so far in this one. As the site is free for the taking, as they've rotated back towards Hookah. Nade gonna be swung in here now. Ego Baby gonna land one on the Sleepy Cat. Oh, but Jury gets 2 massive headshots. Can he get to the one on the Sage? He can as well. Now it's all down onto this Jet. Snaky going towards back towards that CT spot, but the wall, it's already walled off. He's trapped here. Dog out from the Sky, gonna be able to hit him. And now it's gonna have to be a big outplay here for Snaky. Smart play coming out from QUB as well, just falling back away from elbow, just making sure they spread out, trying to make sure they don't isolate any angles. Nice shot from Snaky, back down to a 2 versus 1, but the numbers advantage is gonna take its toll.
Yeah, no, I really like how QUB played that out, going for that really early aggression. Sleepy Cat getting the early kills there, but just deciding to push those 2 men up into mid and just get the info, know that they're going long, and you can just pinch them out, and then Jury is able to just hit the shots as well on top of just really good info. Snaky was not able to get anything, and the spike not getting planted, just that split second and more, and it would have started ticking down and made that so much different, given that he had the Sheriff and could have defended a lot better, but when he has to make the play, it's so much more difficult.
There's that aggressive Viper wall again. It's really handy for covering off showers. Gets them at advantage. Rebellion getting a nice shot early on. That's the 2 duelists for NCI down very early into this round. And look at the aggression coming out from the other side of the map. They've pushed out of Hookah. They've cleared so much space, and they have them trapped in this little pocket of play. Jury gonna get over aggressive, and Manjura's gonna actually take that one down. Pookie gonna find one of the synth and slowly fighting back into this one with only sheriffs, but 2 players remaining on the site as they start to push up. Smoke's gonna go down. Wall is still available for the Sage, I believe. Manjuro could get the timing here, almost gets it, but she's gonna find that one. That Sage wall protected for now. And finally, round will go in the hands of QUB.
Yeah, no, just absolutely clean at the end, but making it a little bit competitive. They're able to do a nice bit of damage on NCI, you know, a couple of kills just with those sheriffs, but overall, the defense, they've once again played a really nice aggressive angle, able to just pinch into them. It does cost them a couple of lives, but that should not mean too much in the long run. They will have to, you know, invest a little bit into this bonus, but it really won't hinder too much going into this. But full rifles now, they're going to have to fight up against this and see exactly what they can do. And I'm wondering if they're going to stick to a similar game plan, if they're going to go for more aggression. But given that it's only a Spectre on the Cypher and a Bulldog for Sleepy Cat, I don't imagine aggression would work out too well, but they might still go for it. It looks like a hookah stack this time instead. Yeah,
as you said, shotguns on the defenders. They're probably going to sit back, play this one safe. The Bulldog and Sleepy Cat actually in the close angle. Not too often you'd see that one. Jury there as well. They're playing this. They're trying to play this as a cross, so they need to find something big with the Prowler. Or not, yeah, the Prowler's going to go through. Cage down from Jury now, just to slow them down. Try to buy some more time for his team. And on the opposite side, a lot of information gained, but they're going to walk into each other sooner or later. Manjuro's going to get spotted. Gives them at least that little bit more info. 3 players for the defenders over towards that A site, and they're slowly just getting found out. Oh, the nade to push them off. They can't hold the cross anymore, and they can just take it apart. Snake is going to find the first onto Sleepy Cat, and now Jury playing close underneath the window with this Spectre. Digital guy got to find one on the synth off the push in. Hasn't been spotted. Able to get one. That's all they'll be able to get.
Yeah, and now they're trying to get their way back onto this side, the defense, but there's really not much they can do. The smokes are just locking them out. Even the hookah flank is going to be checked straight away, and it's just a sheriff. There's not much that can be done here. The smoke does fall, but Digital God does get caught off. He's not watching. Push out, and a second one, but he can't get any more. Still a nice bit of damage on their bonus. But on the board now are NCI.
Yeah, the big thing for QUB there is taking those 3 rifles out of the hands of the NCI players, forcing that rebuy, keeping their money as low as possible. You can see Digital God actually opting to not buy up, just keep that Sheriff and keep the 2K for the following round. I think Snakey's thinking about doing the same thing after selling the Vandal. Yeah, they're going to get dropped Sheriffs instead. Keep that money into the next round, and you can see pings, early pings towards showers, and up now on the sky. This could be big. Gets one. Viper Wall doesn't even go up. Gonna use the flash to just see if they have anyone else there, but the sky's already long gone. Sid is in such a great position, manages to get a second, but now has to try to get away. The satchel, oh, can't get around the corner though. Great attempt with the raised satchels from Sid.
Nice attempt of a nade, but he just can't get the damage off. Is able to get a lot of space for his team, but they are playing so passive on this defense. The op is in a really good position when you have your teammate watching your back like this and able to just keep it going. Not going to get cut off though. Digital God does not get shot. Equal maybe going to get some praise out on sight, but the brim in the corner, the nade that doesn't catch it fights them back, and now it was 1v2, but the res evens it out. They're going to get
lineups,
but the damage dealt. Nice bit. Heals do come through, but the flank from Jury gives him a double. The wall doesn't mean anything now, and he's going to get that defuse easy. They're able to recover the operator, so economically they are going to recover, and the Viper is given the defuse, you know, giving them that extra ult points. That pin does so much, and the 9 cost makes it so just invaluable to get as quickly as possible.
Yeah, exactly. Now with the 9 put ultimates, grabbing that defuse, grabbing all points early on really helps that Viper out, especially when they're playing towards that B. They can lock down towards Garden or even towards Elbow if they really need to, just try to cover themselves off and try to stop that push. But great round coming out from them, and the snake bites coming out from Sleepy Cat to be able to stop that plant, or not even stop the plant, just damage the planter, really slowing them down. Synth gets a good nade onto Snake. He does a little bit of damage, and actually playing with that Judge over in Lamps this time. Something we've commonly seen. Snakey now with the Blade Storm up, followed by the Seekers, but the timing goes Synth's way. Will get traded out though. Nade now back onto Shisui. Actually runs into the nade. Oh, that was close. Just barely didn't bounce around the corner. Spike planted early this time for the attacking side. 4v4. Retake coming in. All members for QUB are coming in from CT.
Yeah, the defenders do have a lot of ultimates to play with. The Seekers are going to come out straight away, and that should do a little bit of damage. Does get taken out, but they're still going to follow and give them a little bit of info. 3 versus 3. The neural tech does come in, so they know they're all piled up into this little corner. They don't have a way to hold it. It's Snakebite going to try to force them forward or backwards. Still, though, they need to start to get on this spike if they're going to do it. Sleepy Cat is going to begin it, but the sprays through the traps are going to begin, and there's nothing they can do. They just bundled themselves into a little corner, and that's where you come into issues with that plant. It just means you're really forced into some bad angles, but the timing, Sleepy Cat, it's 0.45 seconds. They make it look so easy, but the timer ticks down, and they're able to get it still, though.
Yeah, Pookie managing to swing out and just at least get one of them off the spike for a second. Didn't delay them enough though. 0.45, like you said, on that left on that spike, and that's a bit unfortunate for them. A round that was looking really good, but the use of the ultimates coming out from QUB was great. Shisui just putting the orbital strike down into Lamps, cutting off Ego Baby from being able to cover that angle straight into a neural theft, pushing them back even further, and it was a pretty easy defuse from there. But now we see a 5 stack coming out from them. Up on Rebellion, gonna be spotted out early on as the Showstopper comes in. The race hatches are missed. He doesn't know he's right behind him. Oh, yeah. Rosa counter, first of the night. But Shisui now. Straight away, goes for that plant, but the Showstopper gonna force them off. Nade is available, but I think they're thinking about keeping.
Yeah, and the B side is absolutely clear. Snakey as well, able to get one on the side. Jerry, though, he's pushed up, but the B side is empty. They should be able to maybe get a plant here. That nade is going to be thrown too shallow to even stop the planter. Slows it down, though. And Rebellion, this operator, doing so much work at the speed. Syntho is able to get the satchel and the hops. And they get a fairly clean round. It looked a bit dicey in the middle of it. Snakey getting a pick, but they clean it up, you know, group up together, retake before the plant even comes down, and just take out the enemy team cleanly and not let NCI get anything going.
A great play from them, and that retake was ridiculously fast for someone that has been mainly running an op this game. Rebellion, showing why they're playing that op on the Sky and using it to great effect so far. Going back towards showers now. Will potentially. Oh, but they counter op coming out from Snakey. I didn't even see that he purchased it. That is a huge counter. It's a real big commitment to actually go for that offensive attacking side. Synth not able to counter it though. It will be great round starting off for NCI. A lot invested for them in this round. They really need to make this one work, and so far it's looking good for them.
Yeah, and now the mid round is where they're gonna really try to push this because of those 2 opening kills and showers. The B side is being left on its lonesome, and they're stacking up on A for QUB. So NCI, they're pulling back, they're changing up the strategy, and they're going to take it to B. Even with a rotate from Sleepy Cat, if they pounce onto the site now, it shouldn't be too much of an issue, seeing as how the spike is making its way through Garden and Long. But I think they're kind of realizing it now, and if they don't get onto it soon, it should give a little bit of time. But still, 3 versus 5, a lot of util for this NCI side. Gonna clear out as so many angles here as well. Pookie so deep and
30
able
seconds
to
left.
watch this out. If they time it correctly, they can get one. Blocked off from any other shot, but still opening pick able to go for more, but peeks out too wide, throwing down the slow. Spike down 4 versus 2 now, and they have an orbital strike as well, just to top it all off for this retake.
Yeah, it's great play from them. How long it took the site was actually surprising. Usually we see teams not really whittled down the clock, and I honestly, I was really surprised at how long the defending side decided to stay towards A. They really committed to that 3-player stack, and in the end it did bite them. They could have rotated a little bit earlier on and possibly caught on to the rotation coming out from NCI a bit earlier, but at the end of the day, you've already lost 2 members over towards A, so stacking is probably your best bet, especially when they are holding on to that op. They could have slipped up B a lot quicker, but NCI going to take the round, and now Rebellion going to buy back up that op once again. Now watching towards short A, whereas Snaky gonna go for that updraft out towards long. But to be fair, QUB have actually not really shown much presence towards long this entire game. They've been really respecting it so far. I really like the changes of pace from QUB. They've been, you know, pushing out long B. The dog is going to spot him, and the Viper goes wide. But Manjiro does actually manage to tuck himself in. Pookie going to find one through showers, and now the op completely out of position. Still gets one back. That's the spike as well. They have to try to recover that before that op can reposition, and they'd get it and get away.
Yeah, he doesn't take too much damage though. Sleepy Cat as well in a very proactive position here in hookah. They might have lost one, but they're able to get one back. Snaky, 3 versus 3 now, and they're in position to go into the B-side. Jury is still there though, holding deep into the cubby. He's going to play it in the corner. They're going to get a revive though to even it back up straight away. Trying to play all these angles as Cypher, but he gets caught out as Eagle Baby plays it well. Going for the plant now. Manjiro will get taken. Rebellion alone now with the operator and whiffs just a little bit to the side. They get their 3rd round, and I'm seeing them warm up a nice bit more, and their mid rounds seem to be a lot nicer. You know, they're able to make these calls to switch up where they're going, to, you know, take the spike, to slow it down, and just force QUB onto just not a very good situation in terms of rotations and utility usage.
Yeah, a lot more first bloods coming out from them as well. Finding, as you said, playing a bit more proactively, and getting those first picks over towards showers and just playing it slow, playing that default that we don't see a lot of teams play. Usually it's a lot of these teams play, you know, the hard and fast style where it's just keep hitting sites as fast as possible. And it is nice to see an attacking team respect that and respect the default plays. And Sleepy Cat managing to get 2. Rebellion finds another one. It was a huge stack coming out from QUB, and it's actually worked out to their advantage. Now, oh no, both of the NCI players are going to be walking into them. They have to be very careful here. They recover one Vandal, I believe, and they managed to get out. No, they got 2. So just Jury left with it, and there's the Seekers as well, committed from the sky. This is a huge round for QUB to win, especially after being on an eco.
Yeah, really strong there. The pistols, though, doing so much. They forced out an orbital strike just by TPing as well. This eco is already doing a lot of work, seeing as how it's just Sheriffs. Jerry as well is able to just sit back here on B and mean that the 2 players with the rifles can just sit back on A. Snaky survives with 5. Such a sliver of HP. If they're able to do anything here, the heal comes in. Nice bit. It takes out the higher HP player, so it is just 34 HP. TP does come in. He does have Blade Storm, and it is just Jury. Catches him with the trap. Deals damage. The wallbang is not enough. He's 1 HP literally. All he has to do is tickle him, and he gets taken out. Going to try to bait anything out here. That cam could come in clutch right now. He knows he's going to have to stick the plant here, but he's not in a position to stop it. Gonna just wait it out and try to play this 1v1. The Blade Storm is going to be what he opts for. He hits the shot, Jury. He doesn't need the headshot with the Sheriff. He just needs to hit 1 bullet, and he does. He gets them up to 6, gets them up to the, you know, just equal footing at the very least for this half. Thrifty. And that was an eco round. They had a lot of money saved up, so that just makes it even sweeter, the fact that they won the round.
And committing the ult from the jet ult as well, is another big loss for their economy. 8 ult points now on that jet Blade Storm, And like you said, it being an eco round really hurts their economy, losing that one. Only boast, and of course QUB gonna bolster theirs in response. No op, or actually we are gonna see an op for Synth this time though. I don't know if he's gonna drop it to Rebellion. No, he's gonna play the on top of the train angle. Flash gonna go out, does spot at least one member. Quick dash into showers being taken from the side of NCI. Manjiro was aware of it. What a great call from him to just be aware that they might have an op in that position. Ego Baby now gonna double satchel, take full control of showers. Rebellion's in a bad spot. They've already pushed back. Boombot gonna hit onto him. Here comes the showstopper, but Rebellion actually gets the trade. And now Spike going down, 2 versus 2. Sleepy Cat very low. Jury gonna get overeager, peeking, hits the neural theft, but with that patch coming out recently, the neural theft still does go off.
One enemy remaining.
And Sleepy Cat gonna be able to land the first onto Pookie, but Manjiro stepping up in this round, taking that big kill onto Synth to start it off and trying to tie up this half.
Yeah, no, Synth falling early there is absolutely huge for the side of NCI. Checking that truck position after all half Rebellion has been the one to use the op, given that, you know, you wouldn't expect it to swap to the Raze and then plays just such an open angle. Really just smart game sense and just having the intuition to think that they might go for that. Really well played. They are going to have to go for a little bit of a lesser buy here now. They do have 4 rifles, but it is still that shorty on Synth, so they are going to have to give up some money somewhere. Is going to get a little bit of info here around the lamps position, but that's all really. It's fairly standard setup here, but it looks like it is going to be a B lane here for the NCI Panthers.
Oh, I couldn't see. I thought Sneaky had the advantage over on the Raze there, but Brim, G-Sweet was watching it the entire time and managed to catch him off. Not only that, Synth actually gets an upgrade. Manages to pick up a Vandal as for the first time we actually see 3 members over towards B. The Sky now going to rotate back towards A, but it's also one of the first times we've seen that Viper play so deep back on that B site. Has, from the looks of things, has lineups with those snake bites. As the Seekers start to go in, nade out into the corner to try to put that one off. Sleepy Cat's going to get spotted. That Viper Spit no longer available to them. Wall to block off elbow, placed down by Pookie. And Spike gonna follow. Jury, I think he knows the wall's here.
Planted.
Yeah, I think he just found out that there's a wall in the way. Ego Baby trying to spot him out, but these smokes and mollies are so oppressive over on this B site. That's the power of that brimstone. Manjiro up into a nice position. Rebellion gonna get taken down, and that round just completely all NCI. What a great take from them.
Yeah, no, the defense set up so slowly for that retake, and then it just disappears in the blink of an eye. Just shots going off. Ego Baby doing really well there to hit the headshots. But they're able to just take B so easily there. Sleepy Cat getting taken out so early, so quickly. He's playing so passive, but they still are able to hit the headshot. It just means that so much of the defensive capabilities are completely cut off. That Viper's Pit would have completely changed everything. Just blocks off the vision, you know, pulls down that HP. So not having that really hurt them in the long run. And given it's the last round, he is going to have to use it here because we haven't seen it yet. Going for a bit of aggression, Synth cannot get anything here, and that's just going to open up the A site a nice bit, and it looks exactly where NCI are going to play. All the smokes are popped. They're going to just go for the default plan, not even try to take much real estate, and just going to get it down and start the timer ticking. Sleepy Cat does have the snake pit, but he can't get it.
Player standing.
They're all going to fall so quickly. Snaky with the just updraft dash into the heaven position means that they're going to get the 6-6 half. It looked like QUB had a few more in them. 6-3 they had. But they're just not able to, you know, get one more even to win out the half. They even it out here for NCI, and you have to be happy to be able to do that given the deficit you had, given that they got to their 6th by winning an eco.
Not only to mention the fact that they have this aggressive attacking side comp. They really needed to make it work on that attack side, and now as they switch over to the defense, they have to you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a very similar kind of strategy to what they'd use in their attack. Kind of spread themselves out, try to find picks early, and then fall off and just play towards whatever site they believe is going to be strongest. I can already see 3 players stacked over towards this A site, and there it is, the Sage pushing through showers. Grabbing the orb and going to drop the wall as well. So that's the wall committed already from that Sage. As some damage being traded over towards A short, but that's just going to be healed up right away.
Yeah, no, just straight away trying to cut off that area. Pushing just means you can focus your efforts. Is going to be a trade straight away in that position. The Sheriff going to ring true and eventually get that kill. 4v4, but now they've supplanted 2 players into that hookup position and not made a step. Synth going to take damage as he goes through the TP, and this flash has to do a lot. The Trailblazers are going to come out first and catch out Digital God. And if he is still concussed, it should be able to deal a nice move. He is going to get a kill though before he catches Synth with 2 versus 2 now as they go into the post plant. Snaky still has a Sheriff though. 1 kill and he gets himself a dash, which would be huge to have that tailwind in hand. Synth though trying to get an aggressive position, but gets taken out. Just 1 player now. Juicy, and he is going to hit the shot initially, going to swing a bit and shake the mouse, but Pookie gets that last kill. NCI are able to start off strong now themselves, winning out the pistol and getting themselves a 7th on the board.
Starting off good for NCI. They after the shaky start of the first half, they need to come into this defense swinging. They need to try get a couple rounds on the row and use those attacking agents to their advantage. So far, doing that pretty well. Probably going to go back to a similar setup to the previous round, throw the Sage wall up into showers, grab that orb, get that res online as fast as possible. Already 3 points put into it from Pookie.
Toxins going up.
On the opposite side, we're going to see some fast aggression up towards Hookah. And the Raze has actually opted to rotate over for the side of NCI. Smokes, I believe, being pinged. Yeah, there they go. Smoke's being rained down. Gonna explode onto the site. Already backside taken. Oh my god, and what a great defense coming out from them. The Raze nade gonna get 2. And it stopped as quickly as it started.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just really good idea to bring that Raze over. That hookup push is just completely stopped the nade. He throws it under the window instead of throwing it into them. So whenever they jump out, they're just getting absolutely peppered by the damage, and no armor means you're just gonna get destroyed by that nade. Those paint shells do so much. And now the offense, they're able to get their rifles, but this bonus round means that they didn't deal much damage. So it's going to net NCI a nice bit, especially if they can get any kills. Ego Baby gonna get hit by that flash, but I don't think they know how deep he actually is. Gets 1, and he does not get the second. It looked like his crosshair could have been trained there, but does not quite get it. Good info though, that they know a bit more about the attacking side and their position to push here on A. Digital God is going to get caught by that Trailblazer, so they do know how pushed up they are for this defense. Rebellion going to get stopped from defusing, or from planting that spike, as the players are just going to wait it out. These smokes will fade soon, and it means that once this plant goes, they can just speed it through. The little shimmer of the smokes reveals them stopping, but the kills keep going the way of QUB. The attacking is trying their best to get their round on the board this half, but they're just going to play it safe. They're holding themselves very passive in their own little angles. Manjiro is going to get caught off if he does not check the showers position. Really good. Just sitting back. Shusi does not try to push anything too much and just waits it out, because why would you expect a showers player when it's in plan to default?
Yeah, great play, great patience as well to just wait out that brim smoke and swing out once they have the opportunity. Going to be a nice round pickup for themselves. But the first 2 rounds, of course, going towards NCI helps them so far. Snaky actually going to go for the first one of the half. Sure, and it looks like they're going towards long. Neither of these teams have really shown that they want to play towards long. Like NCI just avoided it at all costs. I believe they went long 1 round out of their entire attacking half. And oh, Pookie. I don't know if he was. I don't think the dog spotted him. I think he. I don't think he. The Grimwall. Still undetected here. No, it was pinged. Look at the yellow. Yeah, the pings are on him. They know he's there.
I've got your trail.
Yeah, no, I think they might have heard him knifing the wall. I think there was a little bit on that sound cue. They're going to hook their way on A, though. They check it straight away, of course. Bolts his way in, gets a second as well. It just means that they're able to do a similar setup here. The spike hasn't been laid down yet. Fury was taken out with it in hand, so they're going to have to regroup and get that, but they've used all their smoke, so it is going to be a bit more awkward. Going to go actually redirect towards B, but Snaky, his rotate wasn't super quick, and yeah, they're just running it back. They hear the sound of the TP, but given that no one's pushing hookah, these two A players are not going to move. They're going to pull back a little bit after hearing the initial sound, but right now they're just sticking where they are. Really good spam through those boxes. Able to get one, so it is 3 versus 3, and going to able to force Sleepy Cat off of it. The defense is turning this around. 3 versus 2. Spike is still not planted. They eventually force out Rebellion, and Eco Baby with 4 is able to stop it in the end. It looked like QUB just had that round, given how early they got the advantage, but the slow pace actually bit them in the end.
Yeah, Eager Baby has exploded into this second half, no pun intended. And finally, a timeout going to come out for the side of QUB. Like we said, going into this series, it is do or die for these teams. They really need every win they can get. So, not surprised to see them just take it slow, take a timeout, and just prep for the rest of this half. They're down on their eco right now, so I would assume this timeout is to prep for the next few rounds, try to come up with some strategies, try to figure this one out for themselves. And honestly, it's been a great turn of play coming from NCI, starting off really shaky, but as this game has gone on, they've just warmed up and they're looking unstoppable at the moment. You know, Ego Baby, I believe in this half so far has like 9 kills, and we're 4 rounds in, and I don't think they have any signs of stopping.
Yeah, it was a 5-1 game at one point towards QUB, and in that time, it's turned into a 9-7 towards NCI. So they've gotten, you know, the last 8 out of 10 rounds, so it's absolutely insane. They're doing so well here to mitigate QUB's really good start, and now they're going to have to, you know, figure out exactly what they want to do. As you said, it's going to have to really be some kind of economic decision here, and it looks like they're going to get a little bit out, but
where to set up shop?
Still not much at all. They do have Raze with that showstopper, but everything else just feels very much empty for them. And they're going to go for a very aggressive play here. Pookie going to instantly wall off the showers, forcing just them to break it or wait for it. And it means that they're able to focus the defense just towards this short position.
Limited utility, or limited weaponry for QUB. Definitely going to hamper them as they try to get in this. 40 seconds already down off that clock as more smokes come in to start just to continue covering this off. Synth trying to spot out, but the jump spot is going to give them a lot of information for these defenders. They know that there's at least a couple of them hovering around here. But to be fair, a lot of time has ticked down, but also a lot of utility has been burned out of these defenders. They've already dropped 2 brim smokes at the molly. I believe the Raze nade has already been committed. We can see the Sage wall's already gone. Boombot's gone. So I think the longer their plan for this was to just kind of wait them out, let them waste their utility, and possibly go for some sort of explosive push. As Shisui now gonna spot Snaky on long with that op, and instantly it's gonna be a 180. Sleepy Cat finds one outside showers, and that A site's open. They just have to go for it, but showstopper now from Synth trying to clear out lamps. It's already cleared. But the threat of the showstopper gonna push them back enough to get that spike down.
Yeah, no, just 1 pick so far this round. They still have that limited weaponry that they started with, but the amount of damage being able to be done, Eco Baby is going to get 1 with the showstopper. Rifle with another from Anjiro, so it should even up. But Rebellion with 2 with that Sheriff is going to upgrade to the Phantom. They are making this very competitive given how much they invested. Phantom is in this corner. Can't get the kill, Snaky. Now it is a 1 versus 2. They've upgraded the rifles.
Enemy remaining.
Ego Baby though with 3, and we've seen how much he's able to do in this half. Gonna have to take out that dart. 6 HP, gonna tap the bomb. That Spike though is running out of time, and I don't think he has time to go for it now. He's just gonna have to go for the save. And they really recover a round. They shouldn't have another round in which they win an eco where they get so much done. I really like how they played that. They just kept running back and forth, making the defense question where they should be.
Yeah, and using that clock like we've seen previously as well. The fact that they were able to bait out so much utility by just standing around and not peeking, they got spotted by the Raze jump spotting, and instantly a brim smoke was committed, a molly, a nade, and a boom bot, and like by that point, there's not much left for you to actually hold the site with. Followed up with the kill into showers onto towards that sage. And then the site's completely open, and then I also love the use of the showstopper timer coming out from Synth, just pushing back or satcheling over towards the back of that site, and they weren't on, so they had to respect the fact that the showstopper was out and fell off, and it just gave them so much space to get that bomb down. So great use of the timeout from QUB, putting it to their advantage. But into this one, Snaky going aggressive, knowing that they've been playing quite passive, and it's been falling into QUB's hands in that previous round. So getting aggressive early, finding a pick, trying to shut down the slow, methodical style coming out from QUB, as they now look to rotate back towards A for the time being.
Yeah, just trying to throw a wrench in the works, given how slow they have been playing Snaky, able to get that pick. And they do have a really good ult advantage here, as well as now the man advantage. 3 ults on their side, and they're just able to sit back and play it passively now that they've gotten the kill. Snaky is just going to check it out, that short position. They're going to stack out B, but it feels like it's going to be so difficult to make it out here. Once they pop those smokes, they're just going to have to bolt it through. 30 seconds now left.
30
they are
seconds
just
left.
forcing this clock down. Once Rebellion's seen, I think everything's going to have to kick off, and the smokes do go down. They're going to have to go for this plant straight away, but that molly should slow it down. They're not able to plant straight away. Orbital strike as well, just to hinder it even more. The timer is ticking. They should still be able to get it, but now the defense, they're in such a good position. They're going to be able to deal so much. Ego Baby following his name, just running through the smoke, able to get so much. That going in is the revive, but there's so much bullets flying, and the attackers are ahead, giving it 2 versus 1 now. And they have the Cypher, so they have so much ways to gain info here. Just nothing left here. Just a Sage with only a heal in hand, so it's not even like she can wall or slow any position. They're able to bait out any kind of thing here, and it doesn't work out given that he fakes the defuse. 9-9 now, and QUB, they're getting their footing. They're figuring out what's now going to work on this attacker side, and it seems that NCI are not able to figure it out quick enough.
Yeah, QUB have just completely changed up how they're playing this attacking half. And as well, the issue is that Jury is playing so safe on the Cypher as well. And when you get to those post-plant situations, he can just sit back with that cam and take his time and just constantly just delay you. And especially when they have those 2 players remaining, like we've seen in that previous round, Shisui and Jury, just able to have that cross. You can't really stick anything or go for the spike at all. And if you're going to play passively like we've seen come out of Pookie, it's hard to take those. Now, Synth may be able to get a nice nade here over towards backside, but Synth is actually, or Ego Baby is actually in the tube. Pookie hasn't been spotted out, now will be by Synth, who's had a great opening to this round. Gonna find 2. QB once again just exploding back onto the site. If I'm Ego Baby and Manjiro here, I'm saving.
Yeah, it feels so difficult. I think that's where their team is really shining. They picked their comp for the defender side because they knew that's where they were starting. But now that they're on the attacking side, their ability to take sites is just even more bolstered because their post plants are so strong. When you have, 2 controllers like Brim, like Viper, when you have Jury on this Cypher, it means that you can play so passive and just block sightlines so effectively. They aren't able to get the save either, as they're just going to peek to the players who are ready. But it's so difficult to defend when you don't have anyone for info, when you just have a Sage to try to hold it down. And then it's so difficult because they keep giving them the sights. and letting them have these post plants, and the retakes just can't come in because they haven't really given themselves a chance to play for the retakes.
I'm a little surprised they didn't actually go for that save there. It looked like they were looking for it, but I think they got a little bit antsy and tried to go for exits, and ended up losing 2 rifles for it. I think that was a bit of a misplay on their end. But we'll have the full buy coming out this round. And again, QUB taking space early. They have the Viper wall over towards A as well. The Brim is actually getting aggressive here, and it's a huge pick for Manjiro over towards A short, finding that Viper, and that's their secondary smoker down. Of course, they still have that Brim, who will be able to smoke the 3 major choke points. And Sin with a nice play. Ego Baby spotted underneath window, and Sin going insane once again, manages to get a 3K. And once again, we're back down to the 2 remaining members. Manjiro, this time it's Snaky. And this is again, do you have an op on Snaky? I assume you save this time.
Yeah, no, you have to, because after this round they're up to 11. You'll have no money next round no matter what. So if you give away any guns here, you're just going to serve them up so much just options and opportunities to win out this map. Yeah, going to throw that molly, going to try to stop them from pushing onto them. And they're going to try to save these 2 weapons because they could be so pivotal going into this next round. On to the 11-9 for QUB. And it's just the raises that have made the difference here this game. 25 and 13 for Ego Baby, and then 18 and 16 for Synth. They're both top of their respective leaderboards and have just been able to have such an impact. But right now, it is NCI able... No, it is QUB, apologies, that are able to just toe the line a bit more, and they're not able to save that rifle on Manjiro. So a little bit less than they even wanted, but at least they saved the operator, because that would just be such a big weight on the economy if they weren't able to keep that going.
Yeah, again, I believe that's a misplay coming out from Manjiro. You're safe sitting just in tower. You've gotten away. You're just trying to keep that operator alive, and falling there really stunts what you're able to do in the remainder of this game. Still going to be able to have a buy coming out, but it's very limited on some players. Obviously, the off save from Snaky gonna ring early on this round. That's actually the spike gotten taken down. It's in a recoverable spot for the QUB side. Rebellion finds a frag back onto Digital God though. And Synth gonna take a little bit of damage, but that Sage Wall not gonna really affect him. Has the satchels, able to just jump over. Oh, Snaky almost taking Synth there with a quick flick. Pookie trying to find what they can, but they're just too fast getting onto the site. Spike is still over towards A. Then Synth getting a bit egotistical there, I think, just running through the smoke, trying to thinking that they can get into their spawn, but again, Spike's not there. It's gone towards A.
You know, I think he was playing off the idea that because they dropped the spike really early and they didn't get recovered on the attacking side, that the defenders would be, you know, just completely camping over that spot and trying to keep it. But no, they were still playing it as if they didn't know where the spike was. And that has led to this now a 2 versus 2. Those Seekers are instantly going to give us great info as to where they are. The defense, though, they have a showstopper in hand. So Ego Baby has the opportunity to just completely split this apart, and he is going to begin that running through lamps, trying to get some bit of damage done. But Rebellion in such a strong position, sneaks around, doesn't get into the showstopper, but Ego Baby just has a really strong power with that rifle, and he's not able to do it. He mistimes the orbital strike. He's not able to finish it off. There's no damage dealt to Rebellion, which means he can just stick it, and NCI are able to survive with one player, but they're able to get that round, and that's really strong now that they're able to get it up to their rebuy from QUB side. But 1 round between the 2 teams now as we go on to the 22nd round.
And once again, a great use of that Raze ultimate, just buying time with the timer, shooting at the very last second to lock him into that corner, followed by the nade, turns around, covers the diffuser, and like you said, that orbital strike coming out just slightly too late means that they can just stick it. And now presence being shown over towards Showers, Seekers also being committed by the defense over towards that big site. Look at the Jet pushing up long as well. Something we haven't seen so far from them. Maybe have to catch them off guard here. gets spotted, goes for the repeat, but can't land the shot. Synth gonna be able to find one. Over towards that B site, and Ego Baby now has taken back showers. Orb is available, but not really going to be much value to him. 2-2 split coming out from the defenders now. 4-player stacking for NCI, or for QUB, over towards this A site. It's going to be another fast hit from QUB.
Yeah, so the rotates are going to have to come in. They're going to have to respect it, but Pookie is kind of eyeing pushing through these smokes. Ego Baby does have really good control of showers, but they're playing around that fact. Rebellion is going to start teetering beyond this smoke.
Spike
But
planted.
right now, this retake is going to be so difficult to try to come through with, especially with an operator and Pookie trying to deal some damage. Sure, gets one, but gets taken out. 3 versus 2 now. Down you go.
One enemy remaining.
Get 3. They line up, and the spray kills them. Ego Baby and Pookie just completely stand in the open
Match
together. The rifle is just absolutely pivotal in piercing through those 2 players, getting QUB their 12th off of the back of that.
That's an absolute nightmare coming out from NCI. Probably the play of the night for Shisui as well. Gonna be able to get that 3K, get their team to match point in a game that was looking very close. A big mistake like that could cost them the game. Now, very limited utility coming out from these defenders. They're opting for double shotguns, I believe, over towards Hookah, trying to see what they can find. But again, they have that Sky, they have the Boombot to be able to clear out so much of the space. Judge could go huge though, manages to find 2 on Snaky. There's a Vandal recovered as well, as 3 players now out towards long. Snakebites trying to clear off the site. They know the Jet is here. Snaky can get another one. Really helps out his team. Gets the Blade Storm, gets a 4th. We're going to 12-11.
Yeah, no, really good plan there. They were low on economy, so they had to do something. Goes for that Judge in the hookah position, and if you don't respect the fact that there could be a shotgun in that room, you can be absolutely destroyed. Automatic fire just able to destroy their way to that position, and gets 4 in the round in the end. Really just humbling for QUB there, as you know, you have all these strategies, you've been doing so well, but when you fall due to just a really strong spray with a shotgun, it feels so dirty to have to fight against. But that does bring us up to the last round of regulation time. They are going to be forced to both buy up as much as they can. No operators in play this time round. Ults on opposing sides, very strong as well, with the Neural Theft and the Viper's Pit for attack, but they need to be able to get picks and get some position here if they want to be able to use those, whereas the res just means that maybe this defense is able to go for some kind of peak, able to try to get something, and if they do get taken out, they have a little bit of wiggle room to try and see what they can do. Stack is towards B for the defense now, as we do see a rotate from 1 player over there, so the A players might be strained if they pounce on the site quick enough.
Yeah, both these teams fighting for survival in this tournament, going down to the wire in this game 1 this week. Nade into Lamps, gonna push that Jet back, followed up by the double satchel. Synth gonna open us up. Huge pick to start this one off, as the spike gets planted. Res coming out from that Sage. Back to a 5 versus 5 now. Ultimates on the attacker side. They have that Viper, but they have that Neural Theft. But trades coming. Both sides of the site. Pookie gonna get caught as well. Back to a 3 versus 3. Both those ultimates gonna be available. Neural Theft now taken down. And in the end, the attackers managed to win it out with a 13-11. What a game coming out from both of these teams. QUB Storm, obviously, for the last week had to go against TUD Azure twice, and then coming out this week with a win is huge for them to get back on their horse and try get into that playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. It was just so hard fought, especially near the end, with, you know, just the duelists of NCI doing so much work. They were the ones that were able to make everything happen, and felt on both sides. Ego Baby, like you said, just waking up going into that, but Snaky as well catching up to him, 26 and 20. But it just felt like the rest of the team weren't able to get anything going. Digital God got only 6 kills throughout the whole game. Given that it was a full 24 round game, it just feels so heartbreaking. They were obviously able to get, the utility assists, but when you're not able to impact the game and it's so close, you just think about what if he was able to get a few more kills just in those key moments, or even just any moment, changing the round dynamic could have been huge. But nonetheless, QUB win it out and are able to get up another one, especially after those 2 losses. You said it must be good to be able to come out of this week starting off with a win.
Yeah, and on Bind as well. Like I did a little bit of the crunching of the numbers in between last week and this week, and we're seeing kind of a lot of the same maps being played. We're seeing Ascent, we're seeing Bind, we're seeing Haven. So I assume playoffs is going to kind of follow the same suit. With less, not really Sunset and Breeze, and more kind of Ascent and Bind. So getting wins on these maps and getting repetitions against teams that are about the same skill level as you is gonna matter going forward, especially as we get towards these playoff games. And like you said, Synth showing up, Rebellion showing up, Ego Baby and Sneaky tried their best in the end, but they are gonna fall to QUB, who again, as I just mentioned, lost 2 close games last week to our current reigning defending champions, and and if they would have taken either of those games, they would have been in a little bit of a better position. But taking a game to this or tonight is definitely going to help them. I do believe I did double check the scores. I believe they may be. Let me just double check. Actually, I'm going to bring this up just to make sure I have my numbers correct. So Beauties are going to be getting a win tonight, puts them on 7-0, which means that they, I believe, have qualified. I believe they last week they were like 99%, or not 99%. They were like pretty close. They were just over the line, but 7 wins I think puts them far enough over the line now where they are guaranteed at least playoffs. It doesn't mean they're guaranteed first, but they're guaranteed at least playoffs. And I'm just more curious what other teams won. UL beat DCU, which is a big one, and Ulster beat DCU Sage. So I'm gonna do a reconfiguring while we're in the break and see what the standings look like. But we are gonna throw to a quick break, and we will be back very shortly for game number 2. Don't go anywhere.
See you.